Hello everybody and welcome to sunny Erbil. Today I would like to show you how my duty as a flying spanner looks like. So let's take a look at it. My preparation for the flight start one day before, since I'm part of the crew and requirements in our company is that I need to wear uniform, and that with that uniform comes a certain grooming. I need to iron my shirt, I need to check if the rest of the uniform is in good shape, it's not dirty or stuff like that. So yeah, this is also part of the engineer's life. Regarding my uniform, basically it looks very similar to pilots. I have also 3 stripes like a first officer. The difference is that I have a red stripe in between, which says that I'm a flying spanner or engineer on the board. Same on the arms. So yeah, this is basically the difference. You saw the uniform. Now a few of you ask me in the stories if I'm carrying the standard work clothes with me for such a flight, because of course I don't want to get my uniform dirty. I'm carrying with me the clothes for the destination where we're gonna fly. For Erbil I have just the standard trousers, t-shirt, hoodie, normal gloves, rubber gloves, several of them, wipers. Those are basically rags with which you can clean almost everything. Ear protection, torch, headlight, several power banks, several cables, passport, license, coffee machine, that's very important for me, something to write to, and a tablet. On this you have most of the manuals. And as well, tomorrow I'll show you a toolbox which I'm carrying with me on such a trip, and company laptop and Wi-Fi stick, but that I'll show you at work. It's 7 in the morning and it's time for me to leave because my shift starts in 1 hour. So, and I need to drive for, let's say, 40 minutes. So let's go. Why do I need to be on the board? Well, the answer is quite simple. The airline might fly to destination where they don't have a contract with local MRO, or local MRO doesn't have a personal engineer with a certain type with which the airline flies to the destination. And exactly for that reason, airline sends engineer on the board to avoid any sort of delay or AOG situation, because when we are there we can sign off the airplane, dispatch it with certain problems, or if it is not dispatchable, we can request the spare parts and we can fix it directly. So we will not gonna waste time by sending engineer to destination, find what's the problem and then order the parts. So it is all about saving of the money and the time. Why do I wear uniform during flight? This is a requirement of Austrian Airlines. Every time when we fly as engineers on the board, with the duty as engineers on the board, we need to wear this uniform. There are other reasons when we are transferred to destination to either fix the airplane or any other reason. In that case, we fly in our regular clothes, but on those flights, like today, I'm basically part of the crew, so it is mandatory for me to wear this outfit. So that is your answer. out with which airplane I'm gonna fly. So let's ask, pick up the phone, and then we'll pick up the toolbox. As a first, as I said before, I need to check if laptop works, if internet stick works as it should, if it is charged as well, so you're not gonna have surprises in the destination. We need to be sure that our software for records works, and since I'm flying on the Airbus, I need to be sure that I can log into Airbus World on this computer. As a next toolbox, this is basically what I'm taking with me. Set of wrenches, multimeter, pliers, screwdriver hammers, full sets of ratchets, a few more wrenches down here. So all is what it should be. We can go. And since I know with which aircraft I'm gonna fly, the remaining time I will spend by checking the maintenance history of the airplane, and as well if there are any open items, because pilots might want to ask me about those items, and for sure I wanna know condition of the airplane on which I'm gonna fly. And 1 hour before flight, one of my colleagues drive me to the airplane so I can continue my preparation over here. I'm on the airplane 1 hour before crew, which means that I have enough time to make a walk around and take a look on everything over here. The airplane was already signed, it was released to service. Why I want to make my own walk around, I just want to know what is the status of the tires, brakes, so only because of that. I fully trust my colleagues with their checks. And of course, just to be sure, I want to know the status if the pilots will gonna ask me later on. I will gonna know already how it looks before. Everything looks fine. So I can go out, make a walk around, and let's see what the day will gonna bring us. And as I said before, this will be just quick walk around, so I'll take a look on the status of the lights, wheels, I'll look inside of the intakes of the air condition, I'll inspect the intakes of the engines, and that's more or less it. And one of the last thing which I want to do is store my toolbox in the bulk cargo. Refueling is done, cargo is almost loaded up. I think we're waiting for a few more containers. But other than that, we are good to go. Passengers are on the board, doors are closed, and we are ready for pushback. And since I want to show you the full experience, I asked pilots if I can stay with them in the cockpit so I can show you how it looks during the takeoff. Captain started the second engine, and in next few minutes we are ready for taxiing. After engine start, pilots went through the checklist, and since everything is okay, Captain pushed throttle levers forward and we slowly start to roll. We got information from the cabin that they are ready. We got clearance from the tower for takeoff. So let's go. Flaps are up, speed brakes are disarmed, and we slowly climbing into the cruise altitude. After takeoff, I moved into the cabin because seat there is more comfortable, and since I'm traveling in business class, I had another reason. So we are in, let's say, middle of our flight. I just got my crew meal, which looks really tasty. We are somewhere above Turkey, but unfortunately it's really cloudy, and at the moment there is not really that much to do until landing. So and all enjoy the flight. Finally, clouds are gone, so they feel good. And the views here are amazing. I'm flying quite often, and every time when there is a chance I'm trying to get a seat next to the window, because really, this view is breathtaking. And after a few hours we finally arrived to Erbil, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to show you landing since Erbil is military base. So let's skip it and go directly to my tasks. Okay, welcome to Erbil. Now it's my turn to actually work. So, what is my duty? I need to make a walk around and I need to refuel the airplane. So, let's start. My first stop is a refueling panel. I'll pre-select the volume which pilots gave me, so refueling can start as soon as possible and we're not gonna have delay because of that. And after that I can start with my walk around. And basically it is standard thing. Look on the landing gear, all the tires. Cargo hold is local. And since we saw several birds, it's really important to pay attention to every section of the airplane, because there is high risk of the bird strike when you see birds on the landing. So I need to pay extra attention to surfaces. And as I said before, this is very short turnaround, so I didn't have that much time to record, because first I need to focus on my inspections, and whenever there is a bit of free moments, I will try to record something, like in this case. So here are a few points. Offloading of the cargo is in progress. This is a place which we really need to pay attention to. Sometimes you have a bird strike. You can find birds here between the leg and this fixed bedding. It's not that really easy to see if it is there. So that's why this place you need to pay attention. But we're okay. Let's see the other side. Everything looks good so far. Engine number 2 looks good as well. That's what we want to see. And of course, nothing on the surfaces of the wing. Yeah, perfect. Okay, refueling is done. So we can go to sign document. And this is another advantage which we use in Austrian Airlines, and that is that we store the luggage of the passengers inside of the containers, even on A320. And this is a huge time saver, because the luggage can be preloaded in the containers and then we just place them inside of the airplane, and that takes a few minutes, compared to pooling luggage and putting luggage one by one in cargo hold. And because ground handling personals are not in the hurry, there is higher chance that your luggage arrive in one piece because they prepare it before. We are almost done. I did my check. We performed refueling, everything is fine. Cargo is loaded already. The upstairs are gone, which means that we are basically good to go. Luckily, there was nothing special. Boarding is already on its way as well, which means that I can go back to cabin. And since everything was okay, pilot switched on the engines, we've been pushed on the taxiway, and few moments after we start to roll towards runway. And unfortunately I have same restriction as for arrival, so I need to skip the takeoff and I will continue from the cruise altitude. So we're flying back home. I get my second meal, which looks amazing at the first one. We have nice sunset. You can see the engine. Yeah, so all that's remaining is to get back home. I was able to catch the last few moments of the sunset, and the view is really breathtaking. And after 3.5 hours, we start our descent towards Vienna airport.
2,500. 100 above. 300. Minimum. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard, retard.
We are finally back home, and I must say that I'm really glad that I'm part of Flying Spanner team here in Austrian Airlines, because thanks to this position I get opportunity to fly on the airplanes on which we as aircraft engineers work every day and night to keep them in perfect shape, so every passenger will get on time and of course safely to his destination, because as a passenger you almost never see us, but we are always around, and I'm proud that I'm part of this team. Okay, we are back in Vienna. Crew is already gone. I collect my tools already. Soon I'll get picked up by my colleagues. Meanwhile, I'll make a quick walk around, so to be sure that there are no surprises. And yeah, then I need to return all the stuff. So let's go, walk around. And as always, we'll start from nose. We'll take a look on the oil probes, and there are no blockages, wheels, and like that I'll go through the whole fuselage. So last part of the returning of the laptop and as well toolbox, so I need to recheck it once more time, even though nobody touch it, but yeah, it's always better to do it. So let's place it back in the shelf, and that's it. Now we'll return the phone and I can go home. Okay, that's all from my day as a Flying Spanner. If you have any questions, please write them down in the comments below. Also, I would like to know what you think about such a vlog videos. I would really know your feedback. That's all from my side. Thanks for watching. My name is Tomáš, and I'll see you next video. Bye.